السلام عليكم طلابنا. This is me, Dr. Jawad Al-Ma'arij. For today, we are going to talk about prepositions in Arabic. Due to shortage of time, we are not going to consult every single preposition in Arabic. We are just going to focus on some of them. You are required to see what is there about Arabic prepositions in any book talking about Arabic grammar. So let us start. Prepositions in Arabic, grammarians say that in Arabic we have about 20 prepositions. 20 prepositions. Some of these prepositions, such as رب, حتى, مذ, منذ, وما, والكاف, واو القسم, تاء القسم, متى, these should be followed by an explicit noun. يعني اسم ظاهر. It is called in Arabic اسم ظاهر, explicit noun. The rest of the prepositions, it is not obligatory that there is a noun after them. Maybe there is a pronoun following them. The prepositions al-kaf, an, wa mudh, wa mundu, wa ala can be nouns or can be as what? As a prepositions. We depend on context to know that whether such an item like al-kaf or an is a noun or a preposition. Why are they called حروف الجر in Arabic? Because they relate the meaning of the verb to the noun after the preposition. Or the noun after the preposition is in the genitive case. That is to say, it is majroor by this preposition. Let us move. Of course, in Arabic, these prepositions have jobs to do. They have functions to do. One of the basic functions of these prepositions is that they strengthen the meaning of an intransitive verb or intransitive verbs due to its inability to reach the object available. When we have an intransitive verb, this intransitive verb, it is said that it is weak. It cannot govern an object by itself. So it needs what? It needs a medium. It needs something to support this intransitive verb in order to take an object. So prepositions can do this job. For example, consider these. مررت بسعيد. مررت بسعيد. So instead of مررت سعيد or سعيدا, this is somehow not acceptable in Arabic. So they use the preposition al-ba in order to be what? In order to be a kind of an instrument or something to support the verb in order to take this object Said. So we can say in English, I passed by Said. عجبت بخالد. Instead of عجبت خالدا, we say عجبت بخالد. I liked Khalid. So this is the meaning of a transitivity, especially in functional grammar. This is highly important. We know that transitivity is a notion in grammar which divides verbs into either transitive verb or what? An intransitive verb. يعني فعل متعدي or فعل لازم, depending on the idea that there is an object or not. Let us start by selecting some of these Arabic prepositions, and we are going to see some of the meanings required or given by them. We start with the first preposition, which is al-ba, the preposition al-ba. One of the meanings of the preposition al-ba is called in Arabic al-ilsaq. And this is its original meaning. This is its basic meaning. And ilsaq can be interpreted into English as touching, catching, or meeting someone or something. And this notion, which is الإلصاق, can be real, يعني تكون حقيقية, or metaphoric, تكون مجازية. Let us have an example which gives the meaning of real, what? Catching, real touching. أمسكت بيدك. أمسكت بيدك. So this ba suggests a relationship between the subject and the object, relating them by the action of the verb. So we say, I caught your hand. And as you can see in our translation, there is no preposition. Why? Because the verb catch has the meaning of the preposition implied in it. Now let us have a look at an example which suggests a metaphoric meaning of touching or catching. مررت بك. We can say, I went to your house, or I passed by you. And you can guess the meaning of the metaphoric sense here. It means there is no real attachment, there is no real touching between me and you. Sometimes when I say مررت بك, maybe it is what a kind of possibility. Perhaps I don't see you. I went to your house, but I didn't find you there. Another meaning of al-ba is called in Arabic al-isti'ana, which means seeking support, seeking help. كتبت بالقلم. This is an example. كتبت بالقلم. Here we can say that there is the meaning of an instrument. This instrument is used for writing. I wrote by what? By the pen. And it is quite easy to recognize the meaning. So let us move. We are going to discuss this example on the next slide. So here in this second meaning, which is al-isti'ana, the preposition al-ba, is followed by the instrument or the person that supports the agent or the actor. يعني اللي يساعد الفاعل على القيام بالحدث in fulfilling the action of the verb. Here it means what? It means I used the pen to write. I sought the support of the pen to write. Now, another meaning of this preposition is causation. السببية أو التعليل gives the reason of something, the cause of something. It expresses the reason or the cause of the action or the event. And let us have a look at this example which illustrates this meaning. مات بالجوع. مات بالجوع. So, as you can see in this example, here the preposition al-ba, together with its complement, shows the reason of what? Of his death. Why did he die? Because of what? Because of hunger. So he died of hunger. Now, let us move, please. Another meaning given by this preposition is called transitivity. You have mentioned something about what is the meaning of a transitivity. التعدية or التعدية. it changes an intransitive verb into a transitive verb. And let us have a look at this meaning from this Quranic verse. It said, أذهب الله بنورهم. أذهب الله بنورهم. It means أذهبه. أذهب نوره. Which means Allah took away their light. They have what? They no longer have this kind of light, which is metaphoric here, of course. It does not mean this what real light, which means they are no longer able to pursue their way, or they cannot take the right decision because they did something wrong. Allah punished them by what? By misleading them. They are not able to see their way in the right what? Destination. Another meaning of this preposition is to take an oath, اللي هو القسم. بالله لأجتهدن. And there is a verb of oath, which is what? Which is deleted here. It is understood out of what? Out of context. بالله لأجتهدن. I swear by God, I will do my best. And it is also used to give emphasis. يعني أحيانا تعطي the meaning of what? التوكيد. This preposition alba can be used to give the meaning of compensation, replacement, instead of. For example, خذ الدار بالدين. خذ الدار بالدين. Someone who is indebted to someone else, indebted by money, for example, he has a house, he will give away his house instead of what? Instead of the debt to that person. So it can be translated as take the house instead of your debt. So the English equivalent for this preposition, which is alba, is instead of. There is another meaning which is somehow similar to is to give an option. يعني يعطيك اختيار. Or let us say البديل. ما يفرحني أني زرت كربلاء بالبصرة. What pleases me is that I visited Karbala and not Basra, instead of Basra. So the option of Karbala is better than what? Than visiting Basra. So this meaning is expressed through the preposition, which is alba here. Another meaning given by this preposition, which is alba, is called circumstance. And you know that this grammatical category, which is being an adverb, generally is to show either an adverb of time or an adverb of a place, depending on context, depending on what is there in the sentence. Let us have a look at this Quranic verse. نجيناهم بسحر. نجيناهم بسحر. سحر وقت السحر يعني. So we saved them. This them refers to the family of Lot. يعني قوم لوط يقصد. We saved them before dawn, قبل الفجر, which is the time of السحر, where the reference is to show the time of the action of saving those people.